What is up, everyone? In this new season of Go Battle League, dragons are looking better than ever. We are seeing an increase in targets for dragon types such as fire types like Talonflame and water types such as Lantern and Wishcash, but also a decrease in counters to dragon types like Carbink, Alola and Sandslash and other ices. And this has truly opened the doors for dragon types to shine. So today I'm showcasing a team with not one but two dragon types, Dragonair and Dragonite, paired with a Lantern lead. One of the main common answers in the current meta to dragons is Skarmory, and Lantern is there to really wall it. Anyway, we're gonna head into these battles. This first couple games, you're actually going to see me run Spark Lantern, but I would highly recommend Water Gun just for ground types like Galarian Stunfisk. Galarian Stunfisk is making a little bit of a return this season, as it is a steel type that can beat fire types such as Talonflame, but it's also quite good versus a Lantern with Spark as well as versus my dragon types. Though Dragonair with Aqua Tail still has a lot of play there. Look at that, I've already brought the Galarian Stunfisk into the red, and I will still be able to take this Rock Slide as well, which is just very, very nice. They're going to get to another attack here. I'm assuming their team is going to be pretty weak to dragons. So I'm just going to let Dragonair go, bring in Dragonite, farm this down, and have a bunch of energy loaded for the back end. At this point, I'm kind of expecting either another steel type in the back, which I could superpower, or there's something that's super weak to Dragonite in the back. They bring out Charjabug now. I didn't throw my Dragon Claw there as it would not knock out yet. I would rather just shield this up, farm up as much as possible, and then throw my Dragon Claw when I know it's gonna knock out, which would be here. This is also right before the next discharge. 3 Volt Switch for each discharge, so and there it's 6 now. So I'm gonna throw this immediately on their charge attack priority, which Dragonite does win. Get rid of their Charjabug, bye bye. In comes Quagsire. Aqua Tail shouldn't knock me out yet, so I can overfarm. Go for the superpower before they could get to a potential Stone Edge. And this should do a ton to the Quagsire, and it does. I'm going to switch in my Lantern right now because my Dragonite was debuffed. Figured that would be the way to go. Game was over. Opponent conceded. GG. Okay, next lead. Diggersby. Another lead where I would really like Water Gun Lantern. Bring in Dragonair though. I'm able to get to the Aqua Tail before they get to a Scorching Sands here. 7 quick attacks for the first Scorching Sands, with 6 for the next. Which means, since it's 6 for the next, I should be able to get to another Aqua Tail even. And since they're staying in there, I'm feeling quite confident about Dragonite in the back. I think Dragon is just super strong in my opponent's team right now, which is further proven by the fact that my opponent actually puts up a shield there. So even though Dragonite is like a pretty reasonable answer here, I'm gonna bring in a Lantern, since I'm not expecting them to be strong against Lantern in the back. And also, they're probably going to be very weak to Dragonite. So I hope to just bring in Lantern, even though Scorching Sands would do much more here than a Fire Punch would do my Dragonite. But again, I want to save that Dragonite for the back line. By the way, I'm running a Dragonite in the back. And I think there's a lot of other dragons you could use there. With the Water Gun. Oh, by the way, they caught my Surf there. Very nice catch by my opponent. Really makes it tough. And this is actually what I was trying to tell you. Versus Spark, Lantern, Dragonite is not the best answer, since Sparks and Thunderbolts are doing neutral, of course. So I do think there are better dragons for that third slot, like Arctobax and Guzzlord especially are very good options that you could go with. But if you don't have those, or you prefer Dragonite, Dragonite could still work very well as well. It did for me, at least. It did for me, but there were definitely matchups where it's like, oh, a Guzzlord or an Arctobax could be better here. Anyway, we are shielded up with Dragonite. I'll throw this Dragon Claw before they can get to another attack, but I think I could have overfarmed a little more, and this might just bite me in the butt, because out comes Mantine now, and I don't think I have the energy here to get to 2 Dragon Claws before they get to double Aerial Ace. I'm gonna need like 1 more Dragon Breath, I think, near the end. But let's see, maybe I do get there. They throw an Aerial Ace here. If I got 1 Dragon Breath through there, I think I might be at the Dragon Claw already. But I just barely miss it, and the Mantine just survives at 1 HP. Had I done 1 more Dragon Breath versus Diggersby, I would have actually won that game. Or if I had just had Water Gun Lantern, to be honest, I would have also won that game. But it's not meant to be. GG. From now on, I'll be running a Water Gun Lantern. The first lead I faced with Water Gun Lantern is actually Lickitung, which is where Spark Lantern is much better. But this is still a fine matchup. I just stay in for a little bit, go for the Thunderbolt. Lickitung is definitely a problem Pokemon to see in the lead, as you don't really want to switch in your Dragonair instantly. Because Lickitung can just win that matchup, Body Slam does a ton. So I decided to stay in Thunderbolt, then bring in Dragonair. I shear up the Body Slam. I don't know if that was necessary. It would do quite a bit, but maybe I should just let that go. Since these next attacks from Metabuzz are likely going to do more anyway. Or from whatever my opponent could have brought in, to be honest. But it's not the worst shield. It would still do a good chunk. And I get the 2 Body Slams first. The Metabuzz now brings the Metabuzz quite low. Just going to take this Foul Play now. Or Dark Pulse. I think I should still take a Dark Pulse. Just a Foul Play, which means they can't even farm me down. Which is great. Because that means I can now bring in Dragonite or Lantern to farm down. And I hope to go with Dragonite. Since they didn't bring in like a super hard answer to Dragonair. Expect them to be kind of weak to Dragons in the back. And they have the Deoxys. So this is great for Dragonite. This actually, I was just talking about how maybe Guzzlord or Arctibax would be a better third, but against a Pokemon like Deoxys, definitely not. This is where Dragonite is good. So there's definitely trade-offs to be made there. Anyway, get to a Dragon Claw here. Shooting up this first Psycho Boost was great. They're staying into, which is interesting. They actually just fired off another attack. And since they're debuffed, it won't even do that much. Yeah, I'll just take this at this point. Thunderbolt actually does slightly more than Psycho Boost. That's why my opponent went for it. I was expecting him to switch out, so I switched to my Lantern. Hoping to outpace to the Surf, but unfortunately, Lickitung gets to a Body Slam before Lantern can make it to a Surf. But Lantern is so incredibly bulky. Anyway, I don't know what rank mine is, but it's pretty high ranked. Like top 30 at least. 3 Hydro Cannons. If the Swampert reaches 3 Hydro Cannons, I lose. But they're at 1 HP right now. Even if they have 2, the final Dragon Breath should knock them out here. And it does. It does knock out the Swampert. GG. And now we farm down a Cordele too. Very nice. Dragonite with another sweep. You'll have to see it. Steelix in the lead. Very nice for me. Especially for Water Gun Lantern. This is great. I wasn't really expecting to see much Steelix, to be honest. But yeah, this is definitely where Spark would be bad as well. But Water Gun is great. This is 8 Dragon Tails. This could be Earthquake. I'm just going to shoot it. End up breaking, swiping. Not great. They don't get the debuff though, which is awesome. It's a 50% chance of debuff, of course, right now. I'll let this next one go. Because they threw immediately. I'm going to throw my Surf right before the 12th Dragon Tail. Because that would be the 3rd breaking swipe. I don't know why I undercharged that. But it was going to knock out anyway. Out comes Tentacruel now. This is kind of awkward. I go for Thunderbolt. Clearly don't have a great answer to Lantern in the back. Which worries me. That might mean that it is a great answer to Dragons. And yeah, it is. It is. It's Slurpuff. And this is just really bad. I at least get to a Body Slam here. By the way, in neutral scenarios, when I throw a Body Slam, not Aqua Tail. It's better damage per energy. Just better total damage as well. They're the same energy. Now if I get to a Surf, but no. Had I thrown a Surf bait versus that Tentacruel, I would have definitely won this game. But since I didn't, Slurpuff just charms everything down. Yeah, you really need to save Lantern for a Charmer. However, that's not always possible. Like in this game, that's actually kind of the Achilles heel of these ABB teams. An ABA team. Their team was pretty much ABA versus Lantern. Lantern pretty much beat all 3. But because Lantern couldn't take out all 3, and my Dragons were weak to basically all 3 of their Pokemon, it just wasn't possible, unfortunately. Anyway, this team is still very strong regardless though, and I definitely encourage you to try it out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Good luck with your battles, trainers.